Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's July 6th, 2024. And once again, I find that simply plugging in to, the scene around us definitely exacerbates illness. And I'll use the word illness saying that I feel like I have an illness and that it's shared. I've talked with a few family members, and a lot of them are slowing down and trying to recover as well. And from my perspective, as I search this platform, I find all kinds of things. There are people talking about spiritual aspects, gardening, camping, off-roading, all kinds of fun stuff that I would enjoy if I were able to experience free time, And here in these realms of reality, we tend to use our free time doing all kinds of things, doing the laundry, cleaning the space that we're in. And it's not just an obligation, it's a form of gratitude. So the more on track with things that we are, and as I said that, I don't know what it means, but I started to think of the tropical storm or Hurricane Beryl that's barreling towards the Texas coast right now. I've been so fortunate timing everything just the way that apparently it was willed to be. And by that, what I mean is I just have to be patient and approach everything as if I'm not steering the ship. And hardly any of us are steering our own ship anyway, because most of us are caught up with all of the appointments. I remember making a song for my own mom, and it said, "I wish I had an appointment with you." And those lyrics, I know that some of you, as my family, are paying attention to this, and you're understanding that those lyrics were and always have been meant directly for you. And then I have some relatives, like my father, who would hardly ever give any consideration to hearing my song other than to criticize something about it, because they weren't really listening to it. They were only wanting to critique something and to personally attack me in a way that bullies have been able to do in the past freely. Now that I've rejected all of the bullying on all sides of the family, whether you're blood or not, you're still blood. Now that I've rejected all of that, it's caused some unusual illnesses to be easily exacerbated in my current condition. For an example, if I'm having a terrible time having a continuous sleep so that I can have an interesting amount of recovery, so I can have a relevant amount of recovery. If I'm having trouble sleeping, then I'm basically not getting that level of recovery. And so I tend to continue with my work, my chores, just as you in this realm. I tend to continue to think about music, rhyming, playing guitar.
I try to tell you how I feel, and your response to me is unreal. And do you hear me anyway?
Those are some of my passions. As a child, I was good at it. I'm still good at it. There are things I'm not great at, like sometimes words escape me. And that's interesting because to do things on the fly, it requires a lot of mental connections Mental connections and the ability to concentrate apparently are tied into even the very acts of working out, exercise, operating our bodies, tending to the things that we're supposed to graciously be tending to anyways. And so I tend to myself, and I tend to keep to myself most of the time. And part of that, again, is because some people, when I talk about these things openly like this, they run away. They run away from the truth, and that's because the truth is daunting. Just as true as it is that some people have gone out of their way to agitate me in ways that are purposeful, in other words, bullying attempts, it's also true that, again, I have easily rejected those sentiments and that I've physically taken on some of the attributes of some of that shared energy. And a lot of people will talk about these things with a sentiment. You know, you'll hear a lot of quote unquote new age people talking about law of attraction and this and that and the other. And that usually causes all of the Christians and Catholics and Baptists and anyone who's into anyone who's heard of and or is interested in the story of Jesus Christ. That'll cause that demographic to shut down and no longer hear what those quote unquote new age people have to say. I want to tell you that all aspects of any belief come down to people believing in truth. And the truth is that the way that things have been defined between our individual languages, it might be hard to hear that we're all on the same journey. We all have the same creator, a mother and father, for an example, or an even higher power, no matter how high you want to give thanks. The fact is that once you begin acknowledging levels of positivity, creation, and creativity, you'll understand that I'm not just talking just to hear myself talk here. I definitely don't like being the center of any kind of attention. I never have. And the main reason that I'm putting these pages together, these visions together in this format, is because there are a lot of stubborn people who will pretend that they're actively communicating with me. I saw a post the other day, and it reminded me of what I'm trying to say right now. In a nutshell, there are people who you have helped who right now are actively talking trash about you. On my channel, I show a lot of trash. And it's not trash about you. It's trash about all of us and how we're trashing this environment. This subject, again, I'm easily able to tie it together in words that I know you're hearing. And I'm easily able to accept or decline the opportunity for people to comment on this particular clip. And some people want to control how I present this information, and I simply want to continue to hold the truth to that higher standard. The truth has to be illuminated and shine for everyone to see. That way, as we learn with one another how to do better, we'll actively treat one another better from the start because we have genuine care. I genuinely care about you, whether you want to agitate me or not. We're in the same boat. We're facing the same crises. And the leadership is a joke. And I mean that from the parental level. And that all of us, it's a joke. The leadership is a joke. What leaders are there? Who do you really follow? If someone said, we have to do this now, would you jump to it? Or would you just put it on hold and say, I don't really participate in this. I didn't understand what you wrote because it was too many words. I'm not sure what your song is about because you have too many appointments. And all of your appointments, sad to say, are self-inflicted. Every illness that we continue to carry and then not treat can impact other people. And so for that reason, I want to say right now that I've preloaded a lot of things on this channel, and this will be the most current thing that I put up for a while, because I really don't even want to look at the comments on here. There's hardly anything that looks constructive about the criticism that's being leveraged by the bullies. And the bullies simply don't matter to me. I've got things to do, places to go, and a whole lot of smiling to do. I'm being stern in this video because some of you need a little bit of guidance. I did as well. I still do. I'm looking for my peers, not my bullies. There are no bullies that are going to be in any kind of a ranking of leadership, ever. There shouldn't be, ever. And what did we have the last election? What do we have this election? That's our leadership that we as men and women vote for. It's a doomed system. It's already been doomed from the start. We know it in our hearts. We just don't want to admit to it. Anyhow, until next time, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you get inspired to make some changes. I've been making a lot of changes. I feel inspired. I feel like if I put in a little bit more effort, I could play some music that would just help to showcase the news. Till next time, peace, love, and all that old school stuff.